Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingley Tim Hoki bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include: no taxes on Naga trucks in Kuki-dominated areas, say Committee on Tribal Unity. 7 more arrested for attacks on elected officials, total rises to 32. News in details. Kangpopi District Best Committee on Tribal Unity Kotu and Senapati District Naga People's Organization (NPO) have agreed that taxes would not be imposed on any Naga trucks of Senapati District in Kuki-dominated areas. Following a meeting of the two bodies on Thursday, the two apex bodies agreed that no Naga commuters will be harassed in Kuki-dominated areas. A joint statement issued by NPO and KOTU confirmed. The bodies also agreed that no taxes will be imposed on Naga trucks, traders, commercial goods or commuters of Senapati District, but if any issues related to taxation rises, KOTU to take full responsibility to resolve it. Violations of the agreement will be addressed in accordance with the severity of the offense, it said, and also resolve to provide full assistance and take responsibility to resolve them. Manipur police arrested 7 additional suspects connected to last week's property destruction targeting elected officials, bringing the total arrest to 32 since November 16. The latest wave of arrests occurred on November 20 and 21, with suspects ranging in age from 26 to 41 years old. Among those detained were Wahengbam Joyti Kumar Singh, Khundrakpam Bikram Singh, Monis Nepram, Aribam Mirachandra Sharma, Ilangbam Harishon Singh, Laurembam Norojit Singh, Noni Singh and Laimayum Kedarnath Sharma. Security forces have intensified operations across vulnerable areas in both hill and valley districts. Police established 105 checkpoints and are providing security convoys along National Highways 37 and 2 to protect essential supply vehicles. The arrests come amid rising tensions following the discovery of 6 bodies in Jiribam. In response, local MLAs passed a resolution demanding central government action, including reconsideration of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act (AFSPA) and swift operations against militant groups. The resolution also called for National Investigation Agency involvement in 3 critical cases, including the killing of 6 civilians and attacks on 2 women. As a precautionary measure, internet services remain suspended in 7 districts while investigation continues. Separately, political tensions escalated as Chief Minister N. Biren Singh responded to criticism from Congress leader P. Chidambaram regarding the state's handling of the crisis, accusing the former minister of being the root cause of the ongoing violence. A mild earthquake measuring 3.6 on the Richter scale struck Bishnupur district in Manipur early Friday morning, as reported by the National Center for Seismology (NCS). The tremor, which occurred at 4:42 a.m., was centered in the Bishnupur region at a depth of 10 kilometers. The NCS provided the details on a post on X stating, "Earthquake of magnitude 3.6 on 22/11/2024, 4:42:37 IST, latitude 24.64 north, longitude 93.83 east, depth 10 km, location Bishnupur, Manipur." However, there were no reports of casualties or property damage from the earthquake. Further updates on the incident are still awaited. Manipur, situated in a seismically active zone, experiences such tremors quite often. In August, a 3.1 magnitude quake had shaken the Imphal East district, recorded at 8:11 a.m. on August 6. The tremors also originated at a depth of 10 kilometers. The Joint Action Committee JAC against the brutal killing of 8 innocent civilians from Jiribam has decided to claim the bodies of the victims following an agreement reached with the government. The bodies will be buried tomorrow at Ningsinkhul, Jiribam, according to JSC representatives. During a joint press conference held Thursday at the AJMP office in Babupara, Jiribam, Y. Sanjoy, convener of the JSC against brutal killing of 8 innocent civilians, recounted the tragic events of November 11. He revealed that armed Kuki groups attacked Boro Bekra police station, killing 2 civilians and abducting 6 others, including 3 minors who were later killed. Sanjoy further highlighted the recent public protests during which 1 youth from Jiribam was killed and another sustained critical injuries, prompting the formation of a second JSC. The JSC informed that their discussions with the government resulted in key assurances including 1. Handover of the Jiribam killing cases of the National Investigation Agency NIA for swift justice. 2nd, ex gratia and suitable employment for the victims' next of kin. 3rd, declaration of Mar village volunteers as terrorists. 4th, dismissal of Special Combat Senior SP Shenjenbam Nectar in connection with the death of Kundrapam Athoba. 5th, job assurance for the next of kin of Kundrapam Athoba. The JSC expressed cautious optimism over the assurances and urged the government to fulfill its promises promptly. 2-day district-level training for the National Survey, Parakh Rastriya Sarvekshan 2024, commenced today at Synod Hall, IB Road, Churachandpur. The training, organized by the Zonal Education Officer JEO Churachandpur in collaboration with Samagra Siksha Manipur, aims to prepare field investigators for the upcoming survey. Resource person including Dr. Tinkuning Haukip, lecturer at DITE, Kim Nehat Gangte, resource person, and S. Zamkhutin Sat DIC Community Mobilization facilitated the training sessions. The training covered essential topics including assessment test survey methodology, field investigator duties and responsibilities, sampling techniques, student sections and booklet distribution, and seating allotment and survey logistics. A total of 189 participants comprising both men and women attended the 2-day training program. The Parakh Rastriya Sarvekshan 2024, scheduled for December 4, 2024, is a national-level survey conducted by the Ministry of Education in collaboration with NCERT, SCERT Manipur, and Samagra Siksha Manipur. Justice D. Krishna Kumar has been sworn in as the Chief Justice of High Court of Manipur. The oath-taking ceremony was administered by the Governor of Manipur, Laxman Prasad Acharya, at the Darbar Hall of Raj Bhavan in Imphal. Justice Krishna Kumar, previously serving at the Madras High Court, was appointed as the Chief Justice by the President of India on 20 November 2024. He succeeds Justice Siddharth Mridul, who recently retired from the position. The ceremony was attended by several dignitaries, including Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly T.H. Satyabrata Singh, Cabinet Ministers Rajya Sabha MP Sanazao Balai Simba, MLAs, judges from the High Court of Manipur and subordinate courts, as well as senior civil, police and military officers. BJP National President JP Nadda has issued a strongly worded letter to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, challenging the Congress Party's portrayal of the Manipur situation and its criticism of the government's handling of the crisis. Nadda's letter, dated November 21, 2024, comes in response to Kharge's recent communication with President Draupadi Murmu regarding the violence in Manipur. The BJP president highlighted significant improvements in the northeastern state, noting that the percentage of people suffering from multi-dimensional poverty has reduced from over 20% in 2013 to just over 5% in 2022. The letter criticized the Congress Party's historical handling of unrest in Manipur, specifically referring the black period of the 90s when thousands were killed and lakhs displaced due to rampant violence. Nadda also mentioned a 2011 incident where Manipur witnessed a complete blockade for more than 120 days, Petrol prices and LPG prices were nearly 4 times higher than the rest of the country. Defending the current administration's approach, Naxal wrote that, with the first incident of violence that was reported, our government, both at the center as well as state, was immediately working to stabilize the situation and protect the people. The BJP president accused the Congress of attempting to sensationalize the situation in Manipur and pointed to what he described as the complete failure of India's security and administrative protocols under your government as contributing factors to current challenges. The exchange comes amid ongoing efforts to restore peace in Manipur, with Naxal emphasizing that investigations into recent incidents are being conducted by the NIA, which he described as one of the most efficient agencies in the country. The National People's Party (NPP), which recently withdrew its support from the BJP-led government in Manipur, has hinted at reconsidering its decision if Chief Minister Biren Singh is replaced. The NPP accused the CM of failing to restore normalcy in the violence-hit state. NPP National Vice President Yumnam Joy Kumar Singh confirmed the party's stance, saying CM Biren Singh has totally failed to bring normalcy to Manipur. This was the main reason for our national president, Conrad Sangma, to withdraw support. If he is replaced, the NPP may reconsider its position. The withdrawal of support, announced on Sunday, does not threaten the stability of the BJP-led government. With 32 MLAs in the 60-member House, the BJP holds an absolute majority, supplemented by the Naga People's Front, NPF, and JDU. Despite the withdrawal, 3 of the NPP's 7 MLAs attended a meeting chaired by the CM on November 18, which Joy Kumar Singh attributed to confusion. He clarified, the meeting was for NDA legislators. While we have withdrawn support to the Biren Singh government, we remain NDA partners. However, our MLAs have been cautioned against attending such meetings without prior approval. He denied media reports suggesting that notices were sent to NPP MLAs absent from the meeting, saying such actions would fall outside the CM's jurisdiction. On the center's decision to deploy an additional 50 companies of the Central Armed Police Force (CAPF) in Manipur, Joy Kumar Singh, a former DGP, remarked that the state is already oversaturated with security forces. He criticized their deployment as ineffective, suggesting the additional personnel are primarily being used to guard the residences of ministers and MLAs amid recent attacks. The situation in Manipur has worsened following the disappearance of 6 people, 3 Meitei women and 3 children, from a camp for displaced persons in Jiribam after a gunfight between armed men and security forces. The conflict, rooted in ethnic tensions between Infal Valley-based Meiteis and the Hill-based Kuki-Zo groups, has claimed over 220 lives and displaced thousands since May 2023. The NPP's potential reconsideration of its withdrawal could mark a turning point in addressing the political crisis in Manipur. However, the party insists on a leadership change as a precondition, emphasizing the urgent need for measures to restore peace and stability in the state. The Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited (MSPDCL) appealed to all MSPDCL consumers, including state government officers, to kindly make note of the following points and consider them as highly important. MSPDCL vending counter or station are made fully active for prepaid recharge purposes, and all prepaid consumers of MSPDCL may apply for prepaid recharge at their respective vending counter or station. Postpaid consumers can make payment of their outstanding dues in their respective MSPDCL office. Second, it is requested to all consumers of MSPDCL, including state government consumers having huge outstanding dues, to clear all their pending dues and not to indulge in power theft, bypassing, hooking, or any illegal consumption of electrical energy, including unauthorized power connection. It may be noted that MSPDCL is purchasing power from several central generating companies. The outstanding dues payable to these generating companies has increased substantially due to power theft and non-payment of outstanding dues. Extensive raid or disconnection will be conducted in all parts of the entire state of Manipur, and any consumer having outstanding dues will be disconnected as per the Indian Electricity Act 2003. Further, any consumer found guilty of power theft or bypassing or hooking or any illegal consumption of electrical energy, including unauthorized power connection, will be disconnected or penalized or imprisoned or imposed or fined as per the Indian Electricity Act 2003. All HT/LT consumers, including state government, consumers having outstanding dues are requested to clear their outstanding dues, failing which power supply will be disconnected without any further notice. The disconnection or raid have already started in the entire state of Manipur and will intensify further with immediate effect. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has strongly condemned the recent attacks on the residences of ministers and MLAs during ongoing agitations in the state. While expressing solidarity with those protesting peacefully against the killings of innocent civilians, the CM denounced acts of violence and looting carried out under the guise of democratic movements. I already said and condemn those who are genuinely agitating against the killings of innocent people are genuine, and we support their movement and agitation because everyone has the right to democratically agitate. But in the name of the democratic movement, some gangs have looted, burned minister houses, and looted their properties, said CM Singh. The Chief Minister highlighted that the government has initiated appropriate legal action against the perpetrators. We have already identified those responsible through CCTV footage. I feel ashamed to express publicly that such actions are happening in Manipur, where looting is taking place in the name of agitation. This is a matter of shame. We will take legal action, he added. The statement comes amid escalating tensions in the state as protests intensified over the killings of civilians, with agitators demanding justice and accountability. The government's firm stance against violent actions during the agitation underscores its commitment to maintaining law and order while respecting the democratic rights of the citizens. Further investigations are underway, and the authorities have pledged to ensure that those involved in the attacks and looting face strict consequences. Congress General Secretary Jiribam has sharply criticized BJP National President and Union Minister JP Nadda over his letter to Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge concerning the ongoing crisis in Manipur. In a scathing statement, Ramesh accused the BJP of deflecting from the core issues plaguing the state, which has been in turmoil since May 2023. It has been 18 months since May 3, 2023. Manipur has been burning. The BJP got a full majority in the 2022 Manipur elections. In Manipur, the double-engine government has become a double-game government. One game is being played here and another there. And this letter of JP Nadda only contains lies. He is trying to divert attention from the main matter, Ramesh stated. Highlighting the questions being raised by the people of Manipur, Ramesh said, people of Manipur are asking for 4 questions. 1. Why the PM has not visited Manipur in the last 18 months. 2. Why there is no full-time governor in Manipur. 3. Why parties have withdrawn their support from the CM. Still, why the CM feels safe? Because he is getting protection from Delhi. 4. Everyone knows the PM has outsourced Manipur to the Union Home Minister, and he has completely failed. Why no action has been taken against drug mafias? Ramesh's remarks come amid escalating tensions in Manipur, where violence and unrest have drawn criticism of the state and central governments. The Congress leader's response underscores the party's position that the BJP leadership has failed to address the root causes of the crisis. The BJP is yet to respond to the Congress allegations, but Nadda's letter has sparked intense political debate as the situation in Manipur remains a focal point of national attention. Earlier today, BJP National President JP Nadda has issued a strongly worded letter to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, challenging the Congress party's portrayal of the Manipur situation and its criticism of the government's handling of the crisis. Nadda's letter, dated November 21, 2024, comes in response to Kharge's recent communication with President Draupadi Murmu regarding the violence in Manipur. The BJP president highlighted significant improvements in the northeastern state, noting that the percentage of people suffering from multi-dimensional poverty has reduced from over 20% in 2013 to just over 5% in 2022. The letter criticized the Congress party's historical handling of unrest in Manipur, specifically referencing the black period of the 90s when thousands were killed and lakhs displaced due to rampant violence. Nadda also mentioned a 2011 incident where Manipur witnessed a complete blockade for more than 120 days. Petrol prices and LPG process were nearly 4 times higher than the rest of the country. Ten Maoists have been killed in an encounter with security forces in Chhattisgarh's Sukma district. Bastar Inspector General of Police P. Sundar Ras said an encounter was underway between the District Reserve Guards (DRZ) and Maoists in the southern part of Sukma district. He said 10 Maoists were killed in the encounter with DRZ in southern Sukma, and INSA's AK-47, SLR and other automatic weapons were recovered. According to sources, a tip-off was shared with the security forces. During an anti-Naxal operation jointly conducted by the Central Reserve Police Force and DRZ, a contact was established between the security forces and a group of Naxals. After the encounter, security forces shot and killed at least 10 Naxals, and their bodies were recovered. The gunfight started in the morning in a forest within the jurisdiction of Bhezi police station when a team of security personnel was out on an anti-Naxalite operation, a police official said. As per the initial information, 2 teams of the CRPF and DRZ, after receiving specific inputs about the presence of Maoists from the Konta and Kistaram area committees, conducted a search in the area. During the operation, contact was met with the Naxals and they were eliminated. The Naxals were heavily armed, but due to high alert status of the security forces, no harm was caused to them. The operation is still ongoing and Maoists have been traced in areas such as Kora, Juguda, Dantespuram, Nagaram and others, a senior CRPF official said. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had announced in August this year that left-wing extremism, LWE, would be eliminated from the country by March 2026. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnupur lauded the efforts of the security forces and said his government was working on the policy of zero tolerance towards Naxalism. He also said that ensuring development, peace and safety of citizens in Bastar was the top priority of his government. LWE violence has decreased by 72%, while deaths have declined by 86% in 2023 compared to 2010. LWE is now fighting its last battle. The year 2024 has already witnessed unprecedented success by security forces in eliminating armed LWE cadres. So far, 202 LWE cadres have been neutralized this year, while 723 have surrendered and 812 have been arrested. The number of LWE affected districts has now decreased to just 38 in 2024. The central government has taken several steps, including improving road and mobile connectivity, to extend developmental schemes to the remotest areas of affected states. To that, 14,400 kilometer roads have been constructed and nearly 6,000 mobile towers have been installed in LWE affected areas. India has never moved forward with an expansionist mindset and always stayed away from the feeling of grabbing others' resources, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on Thursday. The Prime Minister's comment during an address at a special session of the Parliament of Guyana came amid growing global concerns over China's expansionist behavior, as well as conflicts arising out of territorial disputes. Modi, referring to geopolitical tensions, said it is time to identify the conditions leading to conflicts and remove them. Today, there are so many challenges like terrorism, drugs, cybercrime, that only by fighting them we will be able to save the future of our coming generations, he said. And this is possible only when we give center stage to democracy first, humanity first. India has always spoken based on principles, trust and transparency, Modi said. If even one country, even one region is left behind, then our global goals will never be achieved. That is why India says every nation matters, he added. So, casting India's foreign policy approach, Modi noted that India has never moved forward with selfishness. We have never moved forward with the feeling of expansionism. We have always stayed away from the feeling of occupying resources, grabbing resources, he said. I believe, be it space or sea, there should not be subjects of universal conflict, but cooperation. This is not the time for conflict for the world either, he said. The Prime Minister said this is the time to identify the conditions that create conflict and remove them. Highlighting India's priority to ensure the welfare of the developing nations, Modi said a united voice of the Global South is crucial. This is the time for the awakening of the Global South, he said, adding democracy is in India's DNA, in our visions and our conduct. Modi said India stands in favor of global development in every way. With this spirit, today India has also become the voice of the Global South. India believes the Global South has suffered a lot in the past, he said. In the past, we progressed by protecting nature according to our nature and culture, but many countries developed by harming the environment. Today, the countries of the Global South are paying the biggest price of climate change, he added. Modi asserted it is very important to get the world out of this imbalance, whether it is in India or Guyana. We have aspirations of development, dreams of giving a better life to our people. For this, a united voice of the Global South is very important, he said. This is the time for the awakening of the countries of the Global South. This time is allowing us to come together and create a new global order. And I see a big role of all you representatives of Guyana in this, he said. Delving into various issues, Modi said the world of the 21st century faces different kinds of challenges. Today, both our countries are strengthening democracy in the world. Therefore, today in the Parliament of Guyana, I greet all of you on behalf of 140 crore Indians, he said. The Prime Minister said in the current global circumstances, the strongest mantra to move ahead is democracy first, humanity first. The spirit of democracy first teaches us to take everyone along and participate in everyone's development. The spirit of humanity first determines the directions of our decisions, he said. When we make humanity first the basis of our decisions, the results are also in the interest of humanity, he noted. Gunmen opened fire on passenger vehicles carrying Sikh Muslim civilians in Restif, northwest Pakistan on Thursday, killing at least 28 people, including 6 women, and wounding 30 others, in one of the deadliest such attacks in recent years in the region, police said. The attack happened in Kuram district, a district in the northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province where sectarian clashes between majority Sunni Muslims and minority Sikhs have killed dozens of people in recent months. No one has claimed responsibility. The latest violence came a week after authorities reopened a key highway in the region after keeping it closed for weeks following deadly clashes. Local police official Asmat Ali said several vehicles carrying passengers were traveling in a convoy from the city of Parakh to Peshawar, the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, when gunmen opened fire. He said the death included 6 women. At least 10 passengers were in a critical condition at a hospital. Pakistan's President Asif Ali Zardari condemned the attack and offered his condolences to the families of the victims. He also ordered authorities to take action against those who orchestrated the attack. Sikh Muslims make up about 15% of the 240 million population of Sunni majority Pakistan, which has a history of sectarian animosity between the two communities. Although they live together largely peacefully in the country, tensions have existed for decades in some areas, especially as parts of Kuram, where cities dominate. Nearly 50 people from the two sides were also killed over the same dispute in July when clashes between Sunni and Shiites erupted in Quram. Pakistan is also currently carrying out intelligence-based operations in a separate conflict in northwest and southwestern Balochistan province, where militants and separatists often target police, troops and civilians, and the most violence has been blamed on Pakistan Taliban and an outlawed Baloch Liberation Army or BLA group. The Russian Defense Ministry said Thursday its air defense system shot down two British-made Storm Shadow missiles, 6 HIMARS rockets and 67 drones. The announcement came in the ministry's daily roundup of the special military operation in Ukraine. It did not say when or where exactly it happened or what the missiles were targeting. This is not Moscow's first public announcement of the dawning of Storm Shadow missiles. Russia earlier reported shooting down over the annexed Crimean Peninsula. Meanwhile, Kyiv said that Russia launched an intercontinental ballistic missile at Ukraine for the first since the conflict began. The development comes as the war has increasingly gained an international dimension, with North Korean troops now arriving to assist Russia on the battlefield. Ukraine also stated that it had fired British sublight Storm Shadow missiles deep into Russian territory. This is the first time Ukraine has used these long-range missiles outside its own borders, as the UK had only permitted Ukraine to use them on its own soil. Russia had earlier called Ukraine's attacks with US missiles an act of foreign interference and warned that Russia would respond, considering it the start of a new phase of war. The Storm Shadow missiles were originally supplied by the UK with restrictions on their use, limited to Ukraine's soil only. However, this policy appears to have shifted in response to Russia's increasing reliance on unconventional strategies, including the deployment of North Korean troops in the Kursk region to support its military operations. Western officials have strongly criticized Moscow for these tactics. Just days before the British missiles were reportedly fired, Ukraine had issued US-made long-range weapons to strike Russian positions in the Kursk region. These attacks followed by President Joe Biden's decision to approve Ukraine's use of the ATACMS system. While these US-approved strikes were limited to the Kursk region, they underscored the evolving nature of the conflict. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.